Some of the girls that are taken are not even that of age. Some of them are 12, 13, 14. They go sell to the truck drivers. Later on, they go into the trucks, do something else. They're given money. They survive.
I'm not feeling so good to watch my young siblings not to eat. I'm not feeling so good not to see my young ones going back to school because of not having enough money. So I'm like, can I be a sacrifice?
Girls as young as 12 on the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe are faced with what seems an impossible situation. Do they watch their siblings starve, or do they sacrifice themselves to be exploited by truck drivers and put food on the table for those they love? Child Impact is providing another option that allows these girls to chase their dreams.
By providing an education for these girls, we hope to intersect before they get to that high-risk age and be able to provide them a different hope and a different future.
It's no longer putting food on their tables in survival, them becoming more strong women. Now they can focus on achieving their dreams.
Several years ago, Child Impact initiated a project called Operation Child Rescue. Child sponsorship for impoverished and disadvantaged children has always been the core to the mission of Child Impact. This new project, Operation Child Rescue, focuses on the most vulnerable children who are entrapped by exploitation and considered highly at risk. Both rescue and prevention are focused on. The first project started in India several years ago, a country where hidden brothels, begging rings, and forced child labor in factories happen all too often.
It could be girls and women who are trafficked to the worst of the brothels, locked inside and forced to see customers every day against their will.
So we have here maybe young women, we have children, we have young girls, and of course there is unfortunately somewhere a need for girls and women.
They are standing at the border, some of them being packed into huge trucks, and we found out that some of them never reached their destination but were brought somewhere else.
The Omalaika Trust is basically a safe home, which is a home for girls that have experienced trauma in their lives, whether it be FGM, which is female genital mutilation, childhood marriage, rape, abandonment, anything like that. We take in girls that are under the age of 12 down to infants.
Healing is very important. It is key. It is number one. The first thing we do, we cancel until that time they are able to get back on their feet and feel that despite what has happened to us, we can still make it in life. After talking to them, after doing everything together and telling them that this is not the end of the road.
Some people have big dreams. You want, them to be successful in life and to be able to have good jobs. But I think for me, I just have a simple dream. I just want them to feel valuable, to feel worthy, that their life counts and they're special.
I remember it was a Saturday when I heard some ladies talking. They said there was a woman who died during childbirth. The villagers were planning to bury the baby with his mother. They believe in a superstition that if a mother dies, the baby should be buried with her. So the father left the baby in the mother's grave. Fortunately, some villagers saw the baby. That time, my sister was somewhere near here and I told her all about it. She was so happy and told me, I want to adopt the baby. Maybe it comes naturally for us because we are orphans. We have a heart for these kinds of situations. When we see a baby in need, we feel the urge to help. We don't want them to go through what we went through.
On October the 17th of 2013, I was given a call that social welfare was going to give us a newborn baby that had been found in a graveyard.
When they dug him up, they found him in a gunny sack, a plastic bag wrapped around him. He'd been there long enough where the sun was beginning to melt the plastic bag to his face. So the plastic bag, and he had the umbilical cord and the placenta was still on him. He was about 12 hours old.
There's approximately 2.5 million orphans in the country of Tanzania. We found children given to us that had burns all over them because they were abandoned to us with a stranger, and the stranger didn't want them, so the stranger threw boiling water on them. We have children that were thrown in toilets. We had 3 girls that were in the process of being sold to either be a wife or a prostitute.
We are here to try to rescue as many as God allows us to feed them, to clothe them, to educate them, to give them chance, to give them hope. If you have hope, you have enough, and we want to give them the hope of God, the hope of Christ, His love that transcends every border, every child, no matter how small, no matter how large. We bring this hope. We bring this hope, not just us, but for everybody who are crusaders with us for God's cause, like Child Impact, to bring hope to each child, to be a family of hope, Christ hope to all these children.
Child Impact has embraced the mandate of Isaiah 58 to break the chains of those enslaved by the evils of human trafficking, which is equivalent to modern-day slavery. Our goal is to eradicate exploitation, setting vulnerable children free to have a bright future, one that is filled with hope. July 30 is the World Day Against Human Trafficking. You are watching this video because someone felt it was important to shine a light on the evils of human trafficking. Human trafficking is an underground crime that needs to be brought to the light of day. 40.3 million people are victims of human trafficking globally. That is equivalent to the population of California. It's time to shine light in a dark place. Only 1 out of 100 individuals enslaved by human trafficking ever finds freedom. It's time to shine light in a dark place. Victims of human trafficking only live an average of 7 years after being taken against their will. It's time to shine light in a dark place. I'd like to invite you to become an advocate. Become a voice for those who have been silenced. As you identify ways to live out Isaiah 58 in your own life, may it involve shining your light in a dark place. Together, let's eradicate exploitation.